Let me tell you a story about a man named Charlie. Charlie was 18 years old and he was just hitting the workforce after graduating high school. Got a job at an office making a little above minimum wage, knowing he will need to work his way up to the top. I'm gonna need to work really hard, Charlie thinks, as he's officially on his own, paying his own rent, car payments, phone. Charlie spends 3 years of his life working his way up to management. Now, Charlie has a little bit of extra money to put away for savings. Another 2 years goes by and finally Charlie is able to have saved $10,000 in his savings account. Charlie banks at a great small local bank and gets 2% back a year on his savings account. Over the course of the 5 years slowly putting money away in his savings account, he has earned about $480 from his $10,000 savings. The bank made $13,920, 29 times more than you, as a thank you. Many stories like this happen to every American in one way or another if you use a bank. Fractional reserve lending has recently gone down to 0% in many banks, meaning if you put $10,000 in the bank, they can lend out that $10,000 to another one of their clients who puts it back in their bank, where they can lend out that $10,000 to another one of their clients, and so on and so forth. Depending on your bank, they only need to keep 0, 1, 3, or 10% of the funds deposited in that bank. The rest can be lent out as the bank sees fit, giving banks an enormous advantage of being able to create wealth out of debt. This isn't a story about why banks are bad or how screwed up our economy is. We'll save that for another day. This video is about banks making way more than any other industry and them hoarding that money to themselves and not treating the customers that made them the giants that they are their due. It's about treating people right in an industry full of so much wrong. It's about undoing the greed the banking system is currently shrouded in and taking a step in a better direction. Today, we are going to talk about a company that treats their customers better than any bank I have come across and offers multiple amazing products to help you understand what enjoying banking actually feels like. We will talk about Crypto.com. We will go over their MCO Visa debit cards, their Earn program, their loans. We will go over their app, exchange, their wallet, and at the end I will go over my thoughts on if this company is a scam or not. This will be a full review on their products, so sit back, relax, and let's learn everything that is Crypto.com. Okay, so before we get too in-depth, I just want to clarify a couple of things. First of all, if you live in the United States, you are going to need to do your KYC, your registration, your setup of your account, everything through the app itself. If you try to do it on Crypto.com, you may end up getting an error screen that shows that your region is not available. The only region that's not available is New York, so if you're not in New York, this app should work, but you have to set it up through the phone itself. Second, I am showing you a couple of screens here. So the left is going to be the actual computer and their website and whatnot, and the right is my Crypto.com application, and I'm just gonna show you exactly what it is, show you what my actual numbers are, and be as upfront as I can with you guys. So let's talk about the different cards. As you see on the right, I ended up getting the Jade Green card, and I'll talk about the benefits of that in a second, but I am going to talk about all the other benefits of the cards themselves. There's a couple things you just need to understand before we talk about these cards though, and one of them is the staking. So a lot of people think it costs money to get these cards. It doesn't cost money, you just have to essentially keep money in a savings account for 6 months and then they give it back to you. So staking means you give money to a company, you give money to an exchange, you hold it in your wallet, you essentially promise I'm not going to touch these funds for X amount of time, and then you get those funds back. So you have to stake these coins for 180 days or 6 months is what it ends up being. So if you end up staking any tokens, just know you're going to get those tokens back after 180 days, and then after that you can decide if you want to keep staking those tokens or pull them out. If you end up pulling them out, you are going to get these rewards here, up to 2% cash back and a bunch of other stuff, which I'll go over in a second. But just know that you don't have to, it doesn't cost you any money that you're losing to reap any of the benefits of these cards. So first of all, let's talk about the free card. This is a very popular one. You get 1% back on all of your cash spending. You can withdraw $200 out of an ATM every single month, and you can transfer $2,000 from bank to bank. This 50 MCO, this is the most popular one, I believe. You get 2% back on your cash. They pay for your Spotify. You can take out $400 a month out of the ATM, transfer $4,000 from bank to bank, and you get a metal card. So again, 50 MCO probably right now is around $200, $220, $240, something like that. And then after 180 days, you get that MCO back, and then you can decide what you want to do with it. Then you have the 500 MCO card. This is actually the card that I ended up getting. You get 3% back on all of your purchases that you spend. You get Spotify covered, you get Netflix covered. You get an airport lounge key for one person, so if you ever fly, you get to take advantage of the lounge, which is awesome. Take out $800 a month out of the ATM, transfer $10,000 from bank to bank if you want to do that, and then you get the metal card as well. These other two cards are a little bit more extreme. This card costs about $20,000, $24,000, something like that as of right now. This one costs about $200,000, about $250,000, somewhere in that range. So these are for people that are quite wealthy. But if you end up getting the 5,000 MCO card, you get 4% back. They cover your Spotify, Netflix, Amazon Prime, Expedia up to, I believe it says it down here actually, Expedia up to $50, and then you get 10% off of Airbnb up to $100. You get a bunch of private exclusive crypto.com stuff. Oh yeah, the Airbnb is not for this card. You get the lounge with one person, 1,000 you can withdraw out of ATM, 20,000 from bank to bank in the metal card. And then the black one, the $250,000 one, essentially you get the Airbnb and then the jet partnership. So these are the two big things that you end up getting. And then the 1% back, I guess that's huge too.
Also just know that if you stake the 500 MCO, you do get 6% staking rewards back on the card itself. If you stake 5,000 or 50,000 MCO, you do get 8% staking rewards on the card itself.
Now let's talk about the product earn that Crypto.com has. So as you see on the right, I'm kind of messing around with a couple of products and just seeing how they end up actually playing out. I have a daily 50 link where I get 2% back. I have a 3-month term where I get 6% back. I have a 1-month term where I get 4% back. And then I have a 3-month term with my with 1,000 Cardano as well. And if we end up going to my transaction history, you actually see that I ended up getting a bunch of I got my weekly rewards from that staking that I ended up doing. So it is over a yearly basis, and essentially how it works is you take your interest, you stretch it out over a year, and whatever that would be paid out weekly, that's what you get paid out weekly. So it ends up being pretty nice. And the nice thing is as well is if the crypto ends up increasing in price, then you get way more than that, 4%, 8%, 12%, 18%, whatever you end up getting, it'll end up being a lot more than that because the crypto that you're actually holding goes up, which is nice. If you are familiar with the derivatives with stock, it does act in a very similar way. If you end up holding a bunch of stock in a certain company, they end up paying you a little bit extra in stock just for holding it. It's the same sort of thing. If you end up holding some of their supported coins or their stable coins or their native tokens, which are down here, if you end up holding any of these tokens on their exchange, you can end up earning interest on those tokens. So most of us have a bunch of Bitcoin or Ethereum or Litecoin or Chainlink or Icon, MakerDAO, Cosmos, whatever it is, they're holding it in their wallets. So if they're going to be holding it, why not earn interest off of it, right? Same thing with the stable coins down here. If you have $1,000 in stable coin, it'd be nice if you could earn 8, 10, 12% interest on that stable coin. So when you end up putting money into a project you like, it ends up being a little bit more money, right? Now, before I end up talking about this as well, just understand these are not backed. There's no insurance on these. If you throw this on the exchange and the exchange gets hacked, and you could lose all of your money. Now they do have some insurance. They have like a $350 million insurance. They have another $100 million insurance. This exchange as well does have wallets that allows you to hold your own private keys, so that ends up being nice. Now here is what you end up getting with these staking rewards. Now first of all, you have to stake at least 50 MCO or 500 MCO to get these benefits, depending on what you end up doing. That being said, if you end up holding 50 or 500 with the card already, you can double dip. So you don't have to stake 500 for the card and then an additional 500 to reap these benefits, which is nice. So if you already have the card, great. You can just take your Chainlink, take your Bitcoin, and just earn interest on it right away. So the supported coins, which are these right here, right, EOS, Stellar, Chainlink, these coins right here, you can end up earning 4% on it if you end up doing a daily staking, 6% if you end up doing a monthly staking, or 8% if you stake it for 3 months. Staking means you're just holding the token for a daily, 1 month, 3 months, and after that time you get the token back. So again, you're not losing any of this money, you're just holding it for a little bit of time, and then after that time you can decide, I'll hold it again for 3 months, or I'll hold it again for 1 month. Supported stable coins, you can earn 8 to 12% with 500, it's a little bit different with 50, but these are their supported coins. And then if you hold their native token, you can earn 14 to 18%, which is their Crow token. And then also just know that if you stake more than 5,000 MCO, so if you get that $250,000 card or just randomly just stake 5,000 MCO, you get an extra 2% on whatever these numbers are.
Now the next thing I want to talk about is the instant loans that you can end up getting. It's not yet available in the United States, maybe by the time you watch this video though, but you might come across certain situations where you might want to pull out your money. For example, what if you need to make a payment on your house, or you're a little bit behind but you feel Bitcoin's about to pump or something like that? You can end up taking up to 50% out of the crypto, take it at a loan at an 8 or 12% interest rate depending on how much MCO you end up staking, and you can pay it back at any time. You can make however many payments you want. There's no deadlines or anything like that, just 8 or 12%, and as soon as it's paid back, that goes away. There's also times where people, like let's say you have 2 Bitcoin and you want a third, and it's about to pump, right? You can loan out half of your 2 Bitcoin to get a third, and then once it pumps, you can pay it back later, or whatever the case, right? I'm not a financial advisor, by the way, don't listen to me. I'm just saying there's many different options that people can end up using this for, depending on your situation. So it's just kind of nice that they have this tool at your disposal. Now let's talk about Crypto.com's exchange. So as of right now in the United States, customers can't access it, but again, by the time you watch this, maybe you can. And as of right now, you're earning 2% on your bonus, on your deposit that you end up getting as a bonus for signing up. There's no fees. I haven't had a single fee since I've been using it, not trading Bitcoin or taking money out of the exchange, putting it in the exchange. So that's kind of been nice. And they end up doing this 50% off on coins, and they so far they've been doing it every week since I've been every week or two, but you see the dates down here, sometimes more, sometimes less, just depending. But sometimes they give away, like Bitcoin for instance. They did Cardano a while back. Last week they did Algo, and it ended up pumping like 30%. Right after they just did a 50% off sale, so the people that ended up getting this did really well, and so they do this as a bonus. I'm not really sure how they end up doing this, but maybe they're getting these coins from the actual company that's distributing them, or I don't know. I guess this is a good segue to talk about whether or not Crypto.com is a scam. Now, this is really difficult just because I don't feel like I'm qualified to actually figure out if they're a scam or not. I don't understand how they're able to present all of these amazing products. It just is mind-blowing. But after doing research, I've been trying to dig dirt on them. I've been trying to find on Twitter anyone that's had any bad stories, on Reddit, and I haven't found anything negative. Not saying that makes it right or anything like that. I have just not found
found anything. They are hiring the right people. They're hiring very well-known people in industries to make sure that they launch things the correct way, get partnerships with Visa. They spent millions on this website. It seems like a VC move to me, and just because, and they could be massively in debt, but that doesn't make it a bad thing. Tesla and Netflix, there's a bunch of companies that spent many, many years, a big portion, if not most, if not all of their entire existence off in debt. So this could be a big power move. Then again, this could be a big house of cards that are about to fall, like Ken Bozak said in a tweet of mine recently. So there are people that think that this is a big scam and think that something's wrong because there's so many amazing products, and they could be right. I have not found anything, and if anybody does know anything, please go in the comments below. Write anything that you're aware of. Make sure people are aware of anything that's going on. But as of right now, I have a big portion of my income messing around with them. I just got their crypto card. Everything's been working great for me so far, and everyone that's been using it has had nothing but good stories I've heard so far. So I'll leave the decision up to you and whether or not you want to do anything.
Thanks for watching. If this video was helpful and you would love other exciting videos on tech, growing your business and making more money online, kindly subscribe to our channel at Breed School and click the bell notification icon to stay updated on other upcoming videos we create. You can also connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn at Breed School, or visit us at breedschool.com. Have a great time and keep soaring. Bye.